Hello everyone, I'm Jayashree. Welcome to my channel and to this tutorial for the crochet top. So here's another easy tutorial. This is the front and here's the back. The size that I'll be making for this tutorial is a small. Hope you enjoy this tutorial. Begin with a slip knot. Chain 125 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Continue to 125 chains. I've chained 125 chains. I've also put in 4 stitch markers. The first stitch marker was into the 18th chain, the second stitch marker into the 44th chain, the third stitch marker into the 80th chain, and the last stitch marker into the 106th chain. Round 1 into the 4th chain from the hook, double crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's yarn over, insert the hook into the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. Continue working double crochets to the first stitch marker. I'm now at the first stitch marker. So remove the stitch marker. And into that chain, work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Replace the stitch marker into that chain 1 space. Continue working double crochets to the next stitch marker, where you'll do the same, working a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, replacing the stitch marker into the chain 1 space. So you'll do that at all 4 stitch markers, and in between you'll work double crochets to complete the round. I've completed round 1 working double crochets all across. Just at the chains marked with stitch markers, I've worked a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that chain, replacing the stitch marker into the chain 1 space. So these 4 chains that were marked with the stitch markers will become the 4 corners. Round 2, chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and turn. Chain 4 counts as a double crochet and chain 1. So the pattern is skip 1 and double crochet into the next stitch. Then it's chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Continue to the first stitch marker. I'm at the first stitch marker, so remove the stitch marker, and then it's chain 1, skip 1, and into that chain 1 space work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, replacing the stitch marker into that chain 1 space. Then it's chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, continue with chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the second stitch marker. I'm at the second stitch marker. Remove the stitch marker, then it's a chain 1, and into the chain 1 space from the previous round, a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, replacing the stitch marker into that chain 1 space. Then it's a chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Continue with chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the 3rd and 4th stitch markers, where you will do the same, working a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space from the previous round, and in between the stitch markers it's double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Continue to the end of the round. I've come to the end of round 2, working the chain 1, skip 1, double crochet all across, just at the chain 1 spaces that were marked with the stitch marker. I worked a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and replaced the stitch marker into that chain 1 space. I ended round 2 with a double crochet into the chain 3 turning chain. Round 3, chain 4 and turn. Again, chain 4 counts as 1 double crochet and chain 1. Here, work a double crochet into that double crochet. Then it's chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, and into the double crochet work a double crochet. Continue with chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, double crochet to the first stitch marker. I'm at the first stitch marker, and you'll see that I've worked that double crochet into the double crochet here from the previous round. So then it's chain 1 and into the chain 1 space, a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, replacing the stitch marker into that new chain 1 space. Then again it's a chain 1 and into the very next double crochet, a double crochet. So this is where it changes a little, because we're working our double crochet into those double crochets here, whereas in the previous round we skipped it. Continue with chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the next stitch marker. I'm at the second stitch marker. Again, notice that I've worked the last double crochet into that double crochet just at the stitch marker. Remove the stitch marker. Then it's chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that chain 1 space. Replace the stitch marker, and then it's chain 1 and into the next double crochet, a double crochet. Continue with chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the 3rd and 4th stitch markers, where you'll do the same, working a chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, replacing the stitch marker into that chain 1 space. Then it's a chain 1 and a double crochet into the double crochet right at the chain 1 space. I've completed round 3 to round 8 by repeating round 2. I ended each of those rounds by chaining 1 and double crocheting into the 3rd chain from the chain 4. Round 9, chain 3 and turn. Here we'll double crochet into every double crochet and into every chain 1 space until we get to the first corner. Continue to the first corner. I've worked double crochets to the first corner. At that corner stitch, the chain 1, I'll work 3 double crochets and replace the stitch marker into the middle of those 3 double crochets. Then I'll work a double crochet into this next a double crochet, and I'll continue with chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the next corner. So that's chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, continue to the next corner. I've come to the second corner where I'll work 3 double crochets into that chain 1 space, replace the stitch marker into the middle of those 3 double crochets. Double crochet to the third corner where you'll work 3 double crochets into that chain 1 space, replacing the stitch marker into the middle of those 3 stitches. Then work double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the last corner where you'll work 3 double crochets into that chain 1 space and replace the stitch marker into the middle of the 3 double crochets, and then it's work double crochets to the end. I've come to the end of round 9 and I have this chain 4. So I'll work a double crochet into the chain 4 and I'll work a double crochet into the third chain from the chain 4. I've completed round 9 working all double crochets on the first side. Then it was the chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the next corner. Then it's all double crochets to the next corner. Then it's the chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the last corner, and to end working all double crochets. I'll now join these 2 front panels together or sides together by slip stitching into that first double crochet. Then it's chain 3 and double crochet to the first corner. Continue to the first corner. I'm at the first corner. I'll work double crochets into all these double crochets and replace the stitch marker into the double crochet from where it was. So into that double crochet, replace the stitch marker. Then it's chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the next corner. I'm at the second corner. I'll work double crochets, replacing the stitch marker into the double crochet just worked. Continue with double crochets to the next corner, replacing the stitch marker into that double crochet, and then it's chain 1, skip 1, double crochet to the last corner, and then again it's double crochets to the end. Complete round 10 by slip stitching into the chain 3 from the start of the round. I've now completed round 11 and round 12 by repeating round 10. When folded in half, the piece now measures 19 centimeters or 7.5 inches. Round 13, chain 3, double crochet to the first stitch marker. I've double crocheted to the first stitch marker. I'll now join to the next stitch marker by double crocheting into that stitch marked by the next stitch marker at the next corner. So by doing so, we formed the armholes. Double crochet to the third stitch marker. I've double crocheted to the third stitch marker. I'll now join to the fourth stitch marker by working a double crochet into that stitch marked by the fourth stitch marker. By doing so, we formed the next armhole. Continue working double crochets to the end of the round. To join, slip stitch into the chain 3 from the start of the round. I've completed 2 more rounds of double crochet. That's round 14 and round 15. I chain 3, double crocheted all across and slip stitched to join. The chest now measures 15.5 inches or 40 centimeters. Round 16, we'll now work the area under the bust. So to do that, we need to make a few decreases. Chain 3 and double crochet to under the armhole. Work 4 decreases under the armhole. To work 4 decreases, you need 8 stitches. Try to centralize those 8 stitches to under the armhole. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll be using those 8 stitches to work 4 decreases. To work a decrease, it's yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. Continue working 3 more decreases. Continue working double crochets to the next armhole. I've double crocheted to the next armhole. I've centralized the 8 stitches to under the armhole. I'll now work 4 decreases. That's the first decrease, the second, the third, and the fourth. Continue working double crochets to the end of the round. To complete round 16, slip stitch into the chain 3 from the start of the round. Round 17, chain 3, work double crochets all across. Continue to the end of round 17. To end round 17, slip stitch into the chain 3 to join. I've completed round 18 to round 36 by repeating round 17. Round 37, chain 3. I'll now work front post double crochets alternating with back post double crochets. To work a front post double crochet, it's yarn over, insert the hook into the post, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. To work a back post double crochet, it's yarn over, insert the hook into the post from behind, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. A front post double crochet and a back post double crochet. A front post double crochet and a back post double crochet. Continue to the end of the round. I'm at the end of round 37. I'll slip stitch into the chain 3 to join. Then it's fasten off and cut off the excess yarn. To work the frill around the yoke of the top, form a slip knot on the yarn and attach this to the post of the stitch. Then it's secure. Round 1, chain 3 and single crochet into the next post. Chain 3 again, and single crochet into the next post of the stitch. Continue with chain 3 and single crochet into the next post. I've completed round 1 of the frill by single crocheting into the post of the stitch, chaining 3, single crocheting into the next post of the stitch. At the end of round 1, I single crocheted into the last post of the stitch. Round 2 of the frill, single crochet into that first loop created by the chain 3. Then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the next loop. Continue with chain 3, single crochet into the next loop. I've completed round 2 of the frill by single crocheting into the last chain 3 space of the previous round. Round 3, turn, then it's single crochet into that first chain 3 loop, then again chain 3 and single crochet into the next loop, chain 3, single crochet into the next loop. Continue chaining 3 and single crocheting into the loops. I've completed the frill working to round 7 By repeating round 2, I then fastened off and cut off the excess yarn. For the sleeve, attach yarn to the underarm of the armhole, and then it's chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 4 counts as a double crochet and chain 1. Then it's follow the pattern with skip 1, double crochet, then it's chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet all around the armhole. To complete round 1 of the sleeve, it's chain 1 and slip stitch into the chain 3 from the chain 4. I've completed the sleeve to round 10 by repeating round 1. Round 11, chain 3. Here we'll work double crochets all across. So it's a double crochet into every chain 1 space and a double crochet into every double crochet from the previous round. Continue to the end of the round. I've double crocheted all across for round 11. To complete the round, it's slip stitch into the chain 3 from the start of the round. You'll notice that the sleeve begins to flare out a little. We'll now create the border for the sleeve. At the same time, we'll also reduce or decrease to tighten up the sleeve at the arm. Round 12, chain 3. We'll now work front post double crochets alternating with back post double crochets. At the same time, we'll work decreases. So I've chosen to work 12 decreases. I want a tighter fit at the arm. You could work less decreases if you'd like. With the sleeve folded in half, I'll work the 6 decreases on this side and another 6 decreases on the other side. Space those decreases evenly throughout the round. Also work those decreases into the back post double crochets. So for a front post double crochet, and then a back post double crochet, then a front post double crochet, and for a decrease at the back post, it's yarn over, insert the hook into 2 posts to create the decrease. Bring it through. So I've inserted the hook into 2 posts from behind, and then continue with the front post and then a back post double crochet, then a front post double crochet, and then another back post but a decrease. So I've inserted the hook into 2 back posts and I'm working a back post, a front post and a back post, a front post, then for another back post double crochet, it's over 2 posts. That was a decrease, then a front post and a normal back post, a front post, a back post, a front post, and then for another decrease, it's over 2 posts, Continue working front post double crochet, alternating with back post double crochets, and working those decreases as needed to tighten up the sleeve. Here's another decrease. I've completed round 12 working those front post double crochets and alternating with back post double crochets. I've also worked 12 decreases. You can work as many as you like depending on the fit that you'd like at the arm. To end round 12, it's slip stitch into the chain 3. Round 13, it's chain 3, and here we'll work front post double crochets alternating with back post double crochets. So into every front post double crochet, I'll work a front post double crochet, and into every back post double crochet from the previous round, I'll work a back post double crochet. Continue to the end of the round. I've completed the cuff of the sleeve to round 16 by repeating round 13, and you can see how it tapers off. I then fastened off and cut off the excess yarn. Repeat for the other sleeve. To edge the neckline, I've attached yarn to the neckline, chain 3, and work front post double crochets alternating with back post double crochets all across the neckline. To complete the top, I stitched on a button and created a little loop using the tail end of the yarn that I started off with. All that's left to do is to weave in all the ends.